Your feet are killing you by lunchtime, and you haven't even done anything that special. You walked to the car, around the grocery store, maybe ran a few errands, and now your heels hurt, your arches are screaming, and all you want to do is sit down. If that sounds familiar, you are wearing the wrong shoes. And today I'm going to fix that for you. Because here's the thing most women don't realize. The shoes that look great in the store are usually the ones designed with absolutely zero thought about how your feet actually work. Pretty on the outside, brutal on the inside. And the comfortable ones? They get shoved to the back of the shelf because they don't look as cute. But that is starting to change, and I'm here to walk you through everything. So we're going to talk about what actually makes a walking shoe comfortable, which brands are getting it right, what to avoid, and how to find the perfect pair for your lifestyle, whether you're on your feet all day at work, walking around a city on vacation, or just doing your daily routine without wanting to end the day in pain. Let's get into it. First, I want to talk about something that nobody really explains properly: why your feet hurt in the first place. Most people blame it on walking too much or being on their feet too long, and sure, that plays a role, but the bigger issue is almost always the shoe itself. Specifically, three things: arch support, cushioning, and the shape of the toe box. Your foot has a natural arch. It's not flat and it's not extreme. It's somewhere in the middle, and it needs support to stay in that position when you're walking. When a shoe doesn't support your arch, your foot collapses inward with every step. That collapse puts pressure on your heels, your ankles, your knees, and even your lower back. So when your back hurts after a long day of walking, it might not be your back's fault at all. It might be your shoes. Cushioning is the second thing. Hard soles feel fine for 5 minutes. After an hour, your feet feel like they're walking on concrete even when they're not. Good walking shoes have a midsole. That's the layer between the inside of the shoe and the outer sole, made from a material that absorbs impact and gives it back to you as you push off your next step. That's what makes walking feel effortless instead of exhausting. And the toe box. This is where a lot of women's shoes go completely wrong. A narrow toe box squishes your toes together. That causes blisters, bunions over time, and something called Morton's neuroma, which is basically nerve pain in the ball of your foot. It is not fun. A wide or natural-shaped toe box lets your toes spread the way they naturally do when you walk barefoot. That's how your foot was designed to move. Okay, so now that you know what makes a shoe actually comfortable, let me talk about what to look for when you're shopping. The heel drop is something most people have never heard of, but it matters a lot. Heel drop is the difference in height between the heel of the shoe and the toe of the shoe. A high heel drop, like in a regular high heel, throws your whole body forward and puts pressure on the ball of your foot. But even in flat shoes, some have a higher heel drop than others. For walking comfort, you want something in the low to moderate range, roughly 4 to 8 millimeters. This keeps your body in a more natural alignment. The weight of the shoe also matters more than people think. Heavy shoes make your legs work harder with every step. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but over thousands of steps in a day, the difference between a light shoe and a heavy one is enormous. If you pick up a shoe and it feels heavy in your hand, put it back. Breathability is another one. Shoes made from leather or thick synthetic materials trap heat and moisture. After a few hours, that creates friction, which creates blisters. Shoes with mesh uppers or perforated panels let your feet breathe, which keeps them drier and more comfortable. And lastly, fit. This sounds obvious, but it's not. Most women are wearing the wrong shoe size. Feet spread as we get older, especially after pregnancy. Feet also swell throughout the day, so a shoe that fits perfectly in the morning might be tight by afternoon. The rule of thumb is to always shop for shoes at the end of the day when your feet are at their largest, and make sure there's about a thumb's width of space between your longest toe and the end of the shoe. Now let's talk about specific styles and brands, because this is where it gets really useful. For everyday walking, running errands, casual outings, light work situations, one of the best categories to look at is the walking sneaker. Not a running shoe, not a fashion sneaker, but an actual walking sneaker designed for long distances on a variety of surfaces. Brands like New Balance, Brooks, Hoka, and Saucony are consistently at the top here. New Balance, in particular, has a long history of making wide width options, which is